Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Rakakotash. The balance unto the apostles and the elders that great mills will not surely do well, peace and blessings unto the Akim. The sincere brethren, the ones that truly believe in the words and the prophecies that I spoke, and that spreading this word day in and day out. This is Matana once again from Trinidad Campus, GMS Trinidad Campus, coming to the Spirit of the Lord, to do our video, to bring edification to the saints, to bring warning to the people, about the things that, must soon come to pass. You understand? So, last night, me and some other brethren, my brothers, did a video on this. I just wanna do over next, video on it. Just to reiterate what we saw, to stress on it, to stress on the importance of what we see, knowing what this really about, so that you wouldn't get caught in that snare, in that trap that Esau set in fear, because more than ever is a trap than convenience. They're making it seem convenient because they make Jake too silent, they make Jake lazy, having everything prepared for Jacob. Only fast foods, the technology, you talk to your phone and your phone do you whatever you want for you. You don't have to read books anymore, you can just listen to your audio book, all these different things. You understand? Cars, all these different things. Television, you don't have to wait 2 months for news again, you can see live. So the place Jake in a in a position where they love comfort, and they do it to their own disadvantage too, because at the same time, we spreading the word. So they won't start killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So let's go and read over a bit of it again. And it says Mbut, which is his full name is Coleman Mbut. He's the Minister of Finance and here in Trinidad and Tobago. It says to become a digital economy, and this was October the 5th, which was yesterday, which was the day of the budget. So they outline things that they're looking to work on. You understand? And when you read down, it says Finance Minister Coleman Mbut said that Trinidad and Tobago is set to become a digital economy. In delivering his budget presentation for fiscal 2020 to 2021, the Finance Minister shared some insights into how this budget will drive the transformation of Trinidad and Tobago into a digital economy. This concept has been a priority for the Rowley administration and was promoted heavily during the August elections. Understand? And when he was campaigning, he was saying that he's gonna give everybody a new electronic identity, a unique identifier. You understand? It says the minister noted that government is focused on e-governance, e-banking, and e-commerce, among the many systems to help develop technology in Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm going to just read this part here. It says he contends the ministry also has been mandated to create an electronic population register or e-identity for every citizen to facilitate the data transmission to all agencies. Understand? So that is the plan, to make the country a digital economy and to make the population an electronic population. Electronic, there's the word. It says having or operating with components such as microchips, transistors that control and direct electric current. It says produced by electronic instruments relating to electronics. It says carried out or accessed by means of a computer or other electronic device, especially over a network. So what they're doing, they're going to create an electronic population. That means the population will have to use microchips. This is not hard to see, people. It's simple. I mean, as the Lord say, plain unto the elect, unto the chosen, but unto those that are without, unto the reject, it could be as parables. It could be hard to understand, and we've seen it hard to understand. And this is the last major prophecy. Now, what they would say is that they've been hearing that the world gonna end in a long while. I guess so. You know you're hearing this a long while, but you're seeing it in your eyes today. And that what the scripture goes back to say, you know, in Joel 1 and 2, it says, "Hear this, ye old men, because I not so old to say I hear in that decades now." Understand? I recently started hear this. Understand? It says, "Hear this, ye old men." So to them that older, who might be hearing from the parents that the world is about to end and decades pass and nothing happened. Guess what? These things weren't really a priority or an agenda, or it was back then, but it wasn't so close to being fulfilled, and that is what we're not realizing. It says, "Hear this, ye old men, and give ear, all the inhabitants of the land. Had this been in your days, or even in the days of your fathers?" Understand? "Tell ye your children of it, and let your children tell their children, and their children another generation." No, it says tell your children of it. You're going to be lucky if you're able to tell your son of this. You understand? For those that not younger, you mightn't get a chance. Most likely you won't get a chance to tell your children and their children another generation. Because we at the very end. As the scripture say, had this been in your days? No, it wasn't in your days. Neither was it in the days of our fathers. Understand? And that is their priority, to make the economy a digital economy, and to make the population an electronic population. Here's Luke 21 verse 15. It says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist." Which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. So they're not going to be able to deny it anymore. They're not going to be able to deny it. What they will do is they would stop saying that is the mark of the beast. Now, what they've been saying is that they're not going to push no microchip, that is thing, and that is they ain't gonna do that, and they ain't gonna try to push no microchip in people. They could never try to do that. But when the time come for them to take it, because they have no other alternative, they have no other choice but to take it, guess what happened? The mouth will switch. It will switch to being that the mark of the beast is not the microchip. So what they would do is they would put in their conscience that they ain't doing anything bad. Understand? But at the end of the day, the prophecy is still on point. Whether they believe it or not, the prophecy is still on point. The mark of the beast, we read it over again. Because like they getting lost, and these old people, they're getting left behind, because they're talking about tech, but that is where the world leading to technology. Implantation of chips. You have to know how to operate these things. You understand? I don't know how to operate phones and these things, because if you know how to operate these things, you're gonna be left behind. You understand? But that mark, you be left behind with that mark. Just don't receive that mark. This is Revelation 13, verse 16. It says, "And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Let me look up the I'm looking the just now. Okay, the conventional dictionary for the term mark. Mark. And then I'll look it up in the blue letter. Let me see. Let's see, I'm going to the etymology. Yes, no. Let's see here. Then I go to the blue letter and look and search it up. Mark. It says mark, trace, impression, boundaries, limit, sign, landmark. It says sign. There's a mark, a brand. It goes down. It says pillar, post, impression or trace, forming a sign, any visible trace or impression. And it goes on to say unit of money or weight. Mark, to put a mark on the trace or boundaries. Go to the blue letter. I said to receive a mark. Now you want to find out where's that mark. Understand? And the key, one of the keys to finding always that mark, so you know that it could never be nothing beside that chip, is the next verse. It says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." So some people say it's Christianity. Some people say it's Sunday Sunday worship. You know, people come up with various doctrines of madness, but can not being a Christian prevent you from buying or selling? Or can worshiping on Sundays or keeping it Friday, Saturday, Sabbath prevent you from buying or selling? No. It's plain in your eyes to see, and yet still it's not that you're not seeing it, you're refusing to see. You're refusing to accept. You don't want to accept that. You understand? It says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." So they're showing you that what they're doing, to advancing in time, they're making progress, and they want to do away with the paper dollar. So what they will be telling you now is, say, instead of coming to take out your money from the bank, to send or to carry it to the dealer, where if it's a car dealer, or to give it to somebody, or you have to pay a bill. Guess what? They say you could just go on your phone. They could just go on your phone and through online banking, they could send it directly to the person. They could buy whatever you want to buy from right on your in your bank account online. Now with cards, now what you could do with cards, you could go and you could swipe with cards, but a disadvantage with cards is that, and Esau set up all these things to scare people away from the cards and to make them think that in the near future that the chip is the safest thing. So what they would do is that they would set up scammers like those that scamming people online, taking the credit card information on these things. And when they go to swipe in the ATM, it are these people that put camera in it, so they get all the information, they get a PIN number and the card information and these things. So what they come out and say now is that instead of losing your information, or somebody stealing it from you, or somebody stealing your card, you just simply put a chip in your hand and all our problems would go away. And these people would buy that up. These people would gullible. The vulnerable, they have no they lack in common sense. They lack in foresight. Scripture says without vision the people perish it. They lack in long-sightedness. They don't see long term. They don't see they don't try to figure out where's the ulterior motive behind these devil's plans. They just go ahead with it. They take everything at face value. They're not always looking for the tricks, and that we do. We looking for the tricks in it. And that was Satan does come. That Esau does come. You understand? Scripture say that Psalms 53. No, if it's not 53, 55 and 20. You understand? It says. Psalm 55 verse 21, it says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. So they might speak sweetly to you, but their intentions is actually evil towards you. It says his words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Understand? So you had to look for that motive that Esau coming with. Where's he tricking it? It could never be that he wants you to, to be more comfortable. Understand? And I go to the book Mark. Charagma G5480 Charagma. It says a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamp on the forehead or right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, the mark branded upon horses. It goes down to say in Strong's definition from the same 5482 is scratch or etching, i.e., which means that is stamp as a badge of servitude. So they're actually telling you what it is a badge of servitude. And it's showing that you belong as a slave. You is a slave belonging to the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the elite. So what badges? A badge. It says a small piece of metal, plastic, or cloth bearing a design or words typically worn to identify a person or to indicate membership of an organization or support for a cause. So it had to be worn. In other words, is a physical thing, a distinguishing object, meaning you could see it. So you saying that the mark is Christianity, you don't lost there already. You lost. That means you can receive that microchip. Understand? So, hey, you people are lost. And I go to the 5482. It says sharpened to a point. It says through the idea of scratching a pale or stake, a palisade or rampart, pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and stacked together. So they're telling them, look up the word pale, a stake. So what's that? Right, a wooden stake or post used with others to form a fence, a conceptual boundary. Understand? So it's a sharp object, and if you look up the RFID microchip, RFID microchip. Hey, what does it look like? What does it look like? It looking like a stake to me. It looks like a badge to me because it could identify. It have a serial number on it, have a unique identifier on it, so you could identify you belong into a specific organization, you belong into a specific group. So guess what? Those that saying that this is not the mark of the beast, we in the end, and if you don't change that mindset now, if you don't change the beliefs now, you're gonna be destroyed along with the ones that pushing this agenda. So all praises and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that surely do well. Peace and blessings to the Akim throughout the four corners of the earth. And until next time, I want to say Shalom.